Welcome to Stories from the Center of the Universe, the podcast about the human experience.
All right, it's between NFL's weeks 4 and 5. Zach and I have done this. This will be our fourth one. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Our fourth one. We usually start off with how well Zach and I picked with against our guest, or not against our guest, but the three of us, the guest plus Zach and me. But Zach and I did really well the first time we predicted. I did horribly the next time, and I think Zach's about to tell me I did not do so well this time around.
You had a 50%.
Wow,
Win rate.
I went 8 and 8.
You went 8 and 8.
That-
You got
that's-
8 correct.
That's pathetic when it's a money line thing.
I didn't notice this when we were picking, but you and I picked the exact same game for every single one,
The entire time?
except for one game.
So you went 9 and 7?
I went 9 and 7. I picked Pittsburgh over Minnesota.
And we are here with Rob and Jack Dull. Rob and I have known each other 51-ish, maybe 52 years. If you combine our sons' ages, they still don't get to that.
That's correct.
They'll eventually catch up because every year that passes, they'll add 2 years, and we'll only add a
We'll
year for
only
that year. But that's how long Rob and I have known each other. Jack and Zach. Zach is a little bit older. Rob said he wanted to name his son Zach, but he changed to Jack because he didn't want to. No, I'm kidding. Jack was always in the cards for the tall athlete a long time ago. That's the first time I've used that on you.
I
too, by
like
the
that.
way.
That's good.
All right, how did our guest do, Kenny?
He did pretty well. He got 11.
See, he got 11, and as he was making his picks, I'm like, he's being too out there, but he picked some up.
He got Jacksonville over San Fran.
Which who would pick that?
Yeah.
He beat both of us picking Miami over New York, which that was kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, that was
but
a coin flip, man.
he got Atlanta over Washington. All three of us picked Tampa.
Yeah, so we
which
lost.
was
Yeah.
weird.
Mm.
Yeah, that is weird. It was like he was being polite to us or something.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have picked Tampa if I'm not a Tampa fan.
Yeah.
And usually I do reverse psychology when we play good teams, and I just like I let.
I'm picking Tampa every week.
So you're gonna lose some.
Boy.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Right on. Because
Hopefully I'll win more than I lose.
it's looking like Tampa's gonna go. I was saying 10 and 7. I think I'm now saying 9 and 8. But we'll
After
still
one loss.
We'll still win the division. Well, you've seen our schedule. Our schedule's really hard. Anyway,
Yeah.
we got two Steelers fans here. Rob's been a Steelers fan since he was a little kid. I'll remind the world that when Rob and I were growing up, the Steelers won 4 Super Bowls in the 70s. I guess technically the fourth one was in 1980, but it was the 79 season.
Correct.
Jack, I think, was not given an option maybe to pick another team. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I'd say that. So
Ja-
he went his own way on baseball, and basketball. But yeah, football we're pretty much we towed the line. I brainwashed him properly in both NFL and college.
All right, so if you had to choose Pittsburgh winning a big game or Ohio State winning a big game the same weekend, which one do you want a little bit more than the other?
Ohio State for
Yeah.
me.
Ohio State.
Wow. All right. Okay, I like that. I would not care if my college team won if Tampa was playing a big game.
Uh.
But now my team's ranked, so maybe I will change that around a little bit. It's been so long since they've been ranked.
I know. I'm
All right.
excited.
Let's talk about the Steelers game. I think I picked. Did you just say you picked against the Steelers, or you picked the Steelers?
I picked the Steelers. You picked Minnesota.
That was the one place where we were different.
That was yeah. I didn't
Right.
realize when we were.
All right, so
Well,
everybody thought the Steelers were going to win this past weekend, except for me. Rob, did you watch the entire game?
I did. Yep. Was doing a couple things around the house, but hadn't on the whole time, and so yep.
So what are your? And it was the 9:30 game in Ireland.
9:30 game in Ireland, which was cool. The first over the seas win for the Steelers, I think ever. I'm not sure if that's our first time really playing. They had a preseason game,
Which is weird.
yeah, well, like back in the late '80s or something at that stadium, I believe.
You know
But-
why? Because the Roonies are very Irish.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and Jack told me this. This was pretty interesting. So, when they were about to play Baltimore in the playoffs last year, Mr. Rooney did not come in and give them a speech.
Hmm.
When they were about to play the Vikings in Ireland, he came in and gave them a speech and told them about how much this meant to him and his culture and stuff like that. So,
Right on.
so I thought that was pretty interesting. And Jack proclaimed at one point that was the reason they were going to win because Rooney came in and pumped them up.
Doesn't hurt.
So, no, for sure.
Certainly good vibes.
Yep. Yeah.
Jack, how are you feeling about the Steelers this season?
The defense the first couple games did not they weren't playing the way that they were getting paid. TJ Watt, and then our secondary, now it's depleted, obviously, but I believe we're kind of having a turning point. So many new pieces, the chemistry wasn't there, and now we're about 4 games in. I think that we're kind of turning it around on that side of the ball.
Yeah, expensive, a little on the old side, especially in the backfield. But yeah, they definitely look a lot better the last couple of
Right.
games.
Yeah, Ramsey and Slay are definitely older. Still got Joey Porter. He's young, but he's hurt right now. We were actually missing Warren, Porter, and Highsmith this past weekend, even 3
Wow.
pretty substantial starters.
Yeah.
But yes, I think we got 7 turnovers in the last 2 games, so they're definitely starting to. The defense is definitely starting to, pick up, which is good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to Jack's point, they're getting paid a lot of money.
That they are.
They need to perform.
Yes.
If you had told me or you guys that the Steelers would play the Vikings in 2025 and Carson Wentz would be the starting quarterback for the Vikings and Aaron Rodgers would be the starting quarterback for the Steelers, I wouldn't believe you. Wouldn't make any sense to me.
That's right. I agree.
So how are you guys feeling about Rodgers? Because he's what, 41 now? 40?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
41.
think 41. Yep.
I mean, he's the
Yeah.
best QB that we've had since Big Ben.
Wow.
I think because he's been around for such a long time, I don't think we've had the developmental pieces around Pickett and just some of our younger guys we've had playing for us. It's just Rodgers has the experience, and we're not asking him to do anything crazy. I mean, he ran the ball one time last week and
I thought he was going to die actually on that.
It was actually
Right.
a good run
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It was
It's a great run.
solid.
And then with the replay was hilarious when he looked at the lineman and goes, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Because the lineman could have murdered him.
No, to
Oh,
the
his
lineman that
lineman.
the ball popped right to the offensive lineman.
That's right. That happened
Yeah.
on that run.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, before that though, it was a good run.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that was a weird play.
He had
It
a
was.
pretty nice block. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I
but
did see that
he-
replay.
He laid out somebody.
Yeah.
on
Did he
somebody.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He followed what was a run and he followed it. It took a second to develop and he got out and he knocked somebody on the ground pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach and I were saying a couple days ago that Rodgers, despite only winning 1 Super Bowl and obviously Brady's won 7, that Brady should get credit for being the best quarterback. But if you're just looking for what he's actually doing at the quarterback position, he's probably a purer quarterback than anybody that's ever played the game,
Yeah.
or at least
Mm.
in the last 20, 25 years.
In
Right.
my lifetime, yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, and to Jack's point, the experience. I mean, he's widely regarded as a top 5 quarterback of all time right now. So,
I think that's right.
so yeah, I like it. I like having him there. I think there's some false stuff about him. Maybe not. I don't know the guy, but I mean, he said all year that he wants to develop Will Howard from Ohio State. He's clearly having an effect on the Thompson kid who had a great preseason when he didn't play and Will didn't play because he got hurt. So I think he's going to be beneficial to to mentoring the young quarterbacks as well. Hopefully,
That's the first time I think in his career that he's been that open about helping
I
the young
agree.
kids.
And I think
It only took 41 years.
true. Yes, and 20 seasons or whatever.
Yeah.
I think what strikes me is I think one of the cool things is it seems to be his relationship with Tomlin. I think they have a ton of respect for each other, and I think that's opened him up a little bit to possibly be a little nicer to people. So
Yeah.
maybe
Hopefully.
or more open to helping.
Well, how old is Tomlin? Tomlin's not a ton older than him.
No, I don't think so. So I mean,
I'd be guessing, but he's probably approaching 50.
yeah, I would think that'd be about right.
Yeah.
So
53.
Oh, did you just look that up?
I did.
Nice
That
job,
was
dude.
quick.
Very good.
If I ever want anything done very quickly with technology, I go to one of my kids.
Yes, you and me both.
Yeah. Which I should just do that all the time.
I even if it's slow, I don't care. It's going to be quicker than me. So
Right. Because there's not a word in the English language that describes how fast you are with technology.
yeah, it's pretty. I'm technologically challenged. I'd like to say.
Is your mom that technologically challenged?
No,
So,
not at
no.
all.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
She's up to date with everything.
so
Yeah.
Rob is really, your dad's actually 97 years old.
That's what my sisters say. They add like 5 years every birthday.
Yeah, got a birthday coming up in a month, and Julia keeps saying I'm gonna be 72. So
It's pretty funny.
yeah, they don't
Very-
hold back.
That's very funny, actually. All right, so y'all are encouraged about the Steelers this season.
Yeah, I think so.
I like the fact that we don't have to play 3 games in like a 12-day stretch over Christmas,
Like you
Like
did
we did
last
last
year.
like last year.
yeah,
Yeah, that's bad scheduling.
Because the
Yeah.
Ravens, the Eagles, and the Chiefs in 12 days is ridiculous,
That's
Right.
or
completely ridiculous.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
So the fact that we get to avoid some of the top end teams in the league this year, and like the next 2 weeks, it's the Bengals and the Browns.
Yeah.
So we have no reason to not start 5-1.
I was gonna say your division does not look good other than the Steelers.
Well, I mean, it took a hit with Burrow, obviously. So I mean that hurts the Bengals a lot. That'd be a whole different ball game. Yeah, Cleveland's Cleveland, and
Well,
Baltimore.
Cleveland's got a really good defense, and so they
True.
keep themselves in games typically.
And then Baltimore, they're Baltimore, but now they're facing a couple of injuries too, especially Lamar. So
And they're
I mean,
1-3, and I don't think anybody thought that was going to be the beginning
Definitely
of the
not.
season for them.
nobody would have ever thought that them or the Chiefs would have been. I mean, one of them's 2-2, one of them's 1-3. So I mean, nobody thought that would happen.
Yeah,
I don't think.
no, I agree. There's very few things that are worse, I'm discovering, than doing a podcast talking with guests that have a favorite team that won, and then your team, and Zach's team in our case, the Bucks lost, and they lost to one of the teams I can't stand. I can't stand the entire NFC East, actually, except for the Giants, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Zach, what are your thoughts from the game?
I think I said last time Jalen Hurts is 1-4 against Tampa. Now he's 2-4, so whatever. Doesn't matter. I kind of went into the game. I know I said Tampa last week was gonna win. I didn't really believe it. And
Sounds like some revisionist history here, Zach.
maybe I'm just saving my own butt. But I don't know what it is with starting slow. It feels like it's not just a Todd Bowles thing. It feels like it was a thing with Bruce Arians and Brady. Except for that one season where we went 12-5, I think, and lost to the Rams in the playoffs. But we always seem to start slow.
The season and games, or just games?
Games
Yeah.
specifically, like the first half. We did this a lot last year too, where it was like the first half we were either losing or it was a close game or whatever, and then we would come from behind and win. And obviously, the first 3 weeks we had 3 final minute comebacks or whatever. I don't know what it is with Tampa. I don't know why we do that. Maybe it's a Bowles thing because he was with Arians for a while. I don't know, but it was disappointing. It really the box score made it seem a little closer than it actually was. If you watch the game, they were all over us the entire game.
They
it was-
dominated us for probably 3/4 of the game, and they were competitive in the other
Yeah,
quarter.
I don't know why they couldn't get anything going on offense towards the end, but they were hounding us. We had 2 touchdowns on 80-yard boom plays. Like it's not.
Right.
It wasn't a
We,
close game.
we didn't have a
but-
sustained drive for a touchdown. We had
No.
2 70-plus yarders, and you take those away, we would have been blown out. And I would argue the way that game played out, we were blown out. We were dominated.
Yeah, it wasn't close.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if it was an extra 2 quarters or an extra quarter, we could have done something. But
Yeah. And look, Mike Evans is on the maybe the last couple years of his, and he's actually said he might
this
retire.
might be his last year. Yeah.
And so he slowed down. I'm sure parts of his body hurt worse than they did 5-6 years ago. But he is a packed space possession receiver, and he can do some other things. But when you get near the goal line, you're in the red zone. Mike Evans is your best friend, and he was missing him for that game. I still think we lose the game, but
Yeah.
it would have been nice to have him there.
He would have made a difference, I think.
Yeah.
So
Maybe, yeah. I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
But just the way the game played out, it was not as close as it seemed.
right.
Yeah, and then the last time we played the Eagles, when we blew them out, they were missing Devontae Smith and AJ Brown.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about our injuries, but not when we beat a team who's
Yeah, yeah.
injured.
Yeah, you and I conveniently forgot that, I think, for the
Yeah.
last year or so.
Yeah.
That sounds like you shut it out. So on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And Saquon had a pretty nice first half against us, and then I don't know how many we stacked in the box, but we were clearly playing for the run because we knew they were going to try to eat the clock, and they did, and they got I'm making this up, but like 30 yards, and we got like 200 in the third quarter, something crazy. But they still beat us by 8, and I don't think they were ever really nervous
No.
about us coming back. Yeah, bummer. And we've got a tough schedule. I think we might be 4-4 a month from now.
Yeah, it's we've got sorry, give me a sec.
And by the way, while you're looking that up, the Falcons, I don't know what to make of them. The Saints don't scare me. The Panthers don't scare me in our division, but the Falcons can be pretty good when they're on.
Yeah, we've got
they're not losing
Seattle.
the Panthers 30-0.
Yeah,
That was
what?
absurd.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
That was wacky. I have a question for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are present.
All right.
What's the brightest spot on your team this year so far?
Oh, it's not.
I know
It's
where
not
to
even
go.
close. And he's we'll get this out of the way. He's an Ohio State receiver. Zach is ecstatic. I'm happy too, but Zach also has him on his fantasy team.
Oh yeah,
And what do you call the fantasy team?
My dynasty
Your
team.
dynasty team.
So I've got him for the rest of his career,
nice.
unless I trade him away.
You're not going to
Yeah,
trade him
I'm not
away
gonna
because you
trade him
love
away.
watching every
Yeah.
because he scored 4 touchdowns in 4 games.
Right.
He did 2, 1, 0, and 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, when Zach and I are watching the game together, and we've watched all of them so far, like he almost hurt me. He slaps me a high five so hard. Like I turned away from him this past Sunday because he was coming at me too aggressively.
Yeah, Jack and I have watched it. Have y'all seen the video of Baker? He talked about it on a podcast, but he also actually went up to Abuka after he made that incredible one-hand catch
Yeah.
and said, "Don't ever disrespect my passes like
Yeah.
that again."
Yeah.
And,
That
and
was
if I make Buka, and he's a rookie, he's not going to say
Right,
this,
right.
but I would have said that was the only way I was going to catch that pass.
Right.
Right. I mean, you try to go with 2 hands, he's
Yeah.
not making that catch.
Right.
Yeah. Egbuka is. I didn't track him at Ohio State. I knew he came from Ohio State. I knew he was a first round kind of guy. I didn't realize he was going to be what we're seeing the first 4 games.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I just hope it keeps up. But he's definitely got the talent, and Jack told me he saw that I don't know if y'all saw this. Was it what game was it last year in the playoffs that he called the play?
The national championship.
Yeah, against Notre Dame. He actually went over the sideline and he said, "This guy's doing this to J.J. Smith, and we need to do this and this and this." That's the 50-yard pass that J.J. caught to pretty much solidify
Wow.
the game last year.
Yeah.
And apparently he's already done that on the sideline this year. And that's one of the things Baker says about him is his intelligence is just off the hook.
He did it. You remember the game against Atlanta, week 1, that final play that they had his touchdown in
Yeah.
the last 58 seconds or whatever. He called that play.
That's right.
He
That's what it
called
was.
that play,
Yeah. He goes, "I'm going to run a post, and you're going to throw a touchdown to
Yeah.
me or something like that."
And that's
he did.
exactly what happened. That was his first game in the National Football League.
And
ever.
he's calling a game winning play.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Oh man, I don't want to say anything more because I feel like I'm going to jinx him.
Right.
Fuck,
I know.
don't say more.
I think he's too talented for us to jinx him.
I say all that,
Nice
and I
play.
hope he stays healthy, and I hope he keeps producing for you guys.
Yeah, and he was a baseball guy too, like a high level baseball guy.
I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like a Kyler Murray type.
Yeah, he didn't play at
Talent,
Ohio.
both.
He didn't play at Ohio State, but like
No.
he could have. He might have been drafted if he had said, "Hey, I'm eligible."
Right.
I understand he had to make a decision,
Yeah. Agreed.
and it wasn't obvious.
Right.
Yeah, very cool. All right, we're gonna go to a game that I didn't think we'd be talking about tonight. The Giants, my wife's favorite team, against the Chargers, and I didn't watch a lot of the game. Was it in New York?
It was in New York.
Yeah, it was in New York.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Jack, what were your thoughts from that game?
Jackson Dart, I don't think he went above and beyond. He did have a rushing touchdown. I think he threw for 1. The biggest takeaway, the Giants just didn't turn the ball over. They only had 250 yards throughout the game, but the Chargers turned the ball over in their own territory, and the Giants were able to take advantage of it. So, the Chargers had 340 yards. The 2 turnovers obviously killed them. 14 penalties for 107 yards. I
Oh,
know
God.
that backed them up a lot. So just a lot of mistakes for the Chargers throughout that entire game.
And that happens in the course of a season. You're going to have great games and not so great games. But to lose to the Giants, who were 0-3, everybody in New York and the rest of the world was calling for the head coach's head.
Right.
And he somehow starts a rookie in his first start ever. And to your point, no turnovers. They were conservative in play calling, it sounds like. That's still pretty impressive to start your first game
Yeah.
for an 0-3 team and you beat a team that's
That's
probably
right.
going to be in the playoffs.
Right. A 3-0 team who
Yeah.
has been playing well all year, and it was a surprise. That's for darn sure.
And probably the worst news for the Giants possible is losing Neighbors for, I think, the season.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
tore
Just
his
ACL,
ACL, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And I think that's probably even more surprising why the Giants were able to pull that game out, because no Neighbors.
yeah. What quarter did he get hurt in?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I believe it was in the first half.
Wow.
So-
So they pulled that out without him in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, their defense played very, very well for him.
Before that, to your point, before that game, there was discussion of whether the Saints or the Giants were the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
So, and then they come out and beat the Chargers.
Yeah, it's wild. What was the other game a couple weeks ago where somebody had no business winning and they won?
Well, Carolina, Atlanta was one that.
Yeah, maybe that's the
yeah.
one I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
What week?
I think it was week 2, but I
Week
don't,
2?
don't worry about it.
What do you
sweat it.
think about this? Think about what are those leagues called where you pick a team each week to win, like a knockout or something like that?
Yeah.
How many people you think picked the Chargers this week and they're out?
Oh yeah,
A million.
So,
yeah, because they're 3-0 versus 0-3.
yeah.
And the Giants look like an 0-3 team
Right.
coming in, and the Chargers look like 3-0.
Green Bay, Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
13-10 Cleveland. I know.
I don't know why I caught the last 4 or 5 minutes of that, but Cleveland didn't score for the first time until less than 4 minutes to go in the game,
Mhm.
and they won in regulation, right? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicked the last second, or was the last second field goal, right?
Yeah.
To win it. Yeah.
So they scored
But-
3 times,
In the last
In-
4 minutes.
3.5 minutes or whatever it was.
That's reminiscent of a Tampa Bay game a long time ago.
A Tony Dungy coached against Peyton Manning. Did they score?
I think it was 21 points in like 4 minutes.
We were up 18 with 4 minutes to go, and we lost in
Oh, man.
regulation.
That's crazy.
That's Tampa Bay.
That was like
Yeah.
20 years ago, though.
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday.
And then Green Bay goes and ties Dallas, which I
Yeah,
think is hilarious.
So I was high on 2 teams that I thought were going to do a lot better than they did last year, and they both had good seasons last year. I thought the Chargers were going to be a lot better, and first 3 weeks I looked right, and then Sunday I looked wrong again. And then who was the other team I was talking about in Green Bay?
Green Bay.
I don't understand what's happening with Green Bay the last 2
Yeah.
weeks.
They look great the first 2 weeks, and then they lose to Cleveland, and then who thinks about a 40-40 tie with the Cowboys? I mean, it's
If your
crazy.
defense gives up 40 points to a CD Lambless Cowboys team,
Yeah.
what in the world?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's get into predicting the AFC North, since that's where your Steelers reside. You and Jack get to independently, or you can come together and do a little father-son consensus thing if you want.
All right.
But we'll start with the Browns. What do you think their record's going to be? And we don't have to write any of this down because we'll have the recording if we want to go back.
Yeah.
So, Jack, do you want to start first? Do you want to confer, or do you want to just come up with your own?
I'm good with either one.
Yeah. You go ahead.
It's going to be low regardless, I think.
Mm.
So,
Jack is doing some serious research over here.
they might win 1 or 2 more games for the rest of the season. Which would
So you think 3 total?
probably 3-14, 4-13. Their schedule's just not. It just doesn't benefit them.
They're also starting Dylan Gabriel now. So
Really?
Was that an official announcement? I saw that I saw something online about that. But I wasn't sure if it was official.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, is it
Oh.
because Flacco's not playing that well?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard to know this early in the season.
I just think it's funny that it's Dylan and not Shador after all the pomp and circumstance. So
Gabriel was taken in the 3rd round. I guess they have to try their 3rd round guy before they try their 5th round guy.
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, well, who knows with Cleveland?
Right.
This could be the
Agreed.
right move, but if it is the right move, that they make the right move like 10% of the time.
Yeah.
So this could be one of those
Right.
10%ers.
Than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5%.
I'm gonna give him one more. I'll give him. So you say 3?
I'll say my final will be like 4-13.
Okay. I'm gonna go 4-13 as well.
Yeah, that sounds
So-
about right.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's go with the Bengals.
I'll go first this time. Again, I mean, Burrow is just one of the 2 or 3 best quarterbacks in the league, in my opinion. I think it's a huge hit that they lose him. I mean, I guess there's a feasibility he could come back for the last 2 or 3 games, but why would you do that?
Season would be over by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will give them 7-10.
Wow. Okay.
So
I'll go 6-11.
Okay. Sounds in the ballpark. Let me make one other point about the Giants Chargers game. I think Jackson Dart energized the entire organization because he's a rookie and I think he's a good locker room guy. And Russell, there have been rumblings that he's not a good locker room guy.
Mhm.
We heard it when he was in Denver. We heard it when he was in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
We definitely heard it recently, especially recently, guys that played with him in Seattle.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, Russell, you're welcome for the Super Bowl ring. The defense got that for you.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't want to take away his entire career because he's had great moments.
Yeah.
But I think his time
I totally
has
agree.
come to move
Yep.
on.
I agree with that.
All right, let's go with the Ravens, who have started 1-3. I don't know what to make of them and how they're going to be the rest of the season.
Yeah. So you were telling me they have the Lions and the Rams the next 2 weeks.
They have the Texans and the
Oh,
Rams
Texans and the Rams
without Lamar.
without Lamar.
Who's their? I don't even know who their backup is.
Cooper Rush.
Oh, the
Mm.
old Dallas
Yeah.
backup. Okay.
So maybe they go 1-1, but I can definitely see them. I mean, you can see them technically being 1-5 if Texans finally won their first game. If they've turned it around where they're gonna play well, they could definitely beat them. And the Rams are solid, so it'd be pretty interesting to see Baltimore at 1-5. But I think they'll split that, so I think they'll go 2-4. So that's 6 games. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna give them 10-7 because they're still the Ravens, even though I don't like them.
Yeah, that's within a game of where I think they'll end up.
Yeah.
I'd probably go around 10-7 or 11-6.
Okay. Really, you think
So,
they'll?
I
end up-
think they have a very, very easy 5-6 game stretch. With like the Bears, the Dolphins, the Vikings, the Browns, Jets, and Bengals.
Okay.
I think they at least go 5-1 throughout that stretch.
Yeah.
Lamar will be back by then, a bye weekend there. I think that they'll be able to get some stuff situated. Their defense is just awful this year.
Yeah, they're giving up a lot of points.
Yeah, they rank worst in the league in giving up points and yards per game.
That's that. I can't remember that.
Yeah.
No,
Ever
their
being a thing.
Their defense was really,
Not-
really good last year.
You can't remember it because it's probably never happened.
Well, I mean, I don't remember
Would
what
be my guess.
I don't remember what season the Ravens first played.
Right.
But I had to remind a kid who's claimed to be a Ravens fan, and he thought that the Ravens came out of the Colts. I'm like, no, they went to Indianapolis. The original Cleveland Browns came to Baltimore and
Right.
became the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
I don't since they've been the Ravens, they've always had, I would say, a slightly above average defense to a great defense, somewhere in
Yes.
between. I don't think they've ever been below average until this season.
Yep. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't compute for me.
Yeah.
And Baltimore's not. Do they win 10 or 11 games if their defense continues to play this way? And a lot of it has to do with who they're playing too,
Mhm.
Right.
because they have had.
I think they have a very, very front heavy schedule.
I was
Yeah.
about
And
to
then like
say,
that
yeah.
6 weeks is gonna be time for them to kind of turn it around a little bit.
So maybe they start 1-5, 2-4, but they go 5-1 in the second 6 games, and
Yeah.
they start to turn their season around.
They go 3-3 or 4-2 during that stretch, though. Then they could easily be a 8-9 or 9-8 team too.
All right, Zach, this is always my favorite part so far because we did this with Kenny. I don't remember what Kenny said about the Lions, but all right, what are the Steelers going to do? And I know your brains and your heart are working right now as you're trying to calculate their record.
You can go first on this one.
I will say probably 11-6. Baltimore finishing 10-7. I mean, we have 2 games over them right now, and I don't think the Bengals nor the Browns are going to come anywhere close to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Steelers still have to play the Bills, the Colts, Packers, Chargers. So, I mean, there's definitely some games where we'll drop. We have to play Baltimore twice. But who knows what's going to happen this year.
So 11-6. All right. What say you?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably where I'd put it. I would love to see them go 12-5, but that might be a tall order. As Jack just said, we got some tough games coming up, and so. But yeah, I think 11, give or take.
I'm not in love with everything the NFL's done, but the fact that well, I mean, and there are teams that tend to be down, the Browns, the Panthers. But I do love the parity, and I do love teams bouncing to a good place like the Lions are right now, and then the
Mhm.
Lions will go back, Tampa will go back at some point, and you've got the steady eddies that tend to be the winning season kind of types like the Steelers,
Right.
and unfortunately the Chiefs. But I haven't talked any smack about the Chiefs this recording.
But we can do that all you want.
Yeah,
Um,
save it for the predictions.
Okay, yeah, all right, fair enough, fair enough. All right, now before we get into the predictions for Week 5, you know how there's this I don't know if it's an app or a website where they tell you what Congress people are doing with their stock
Mhm.
picks.
Yes.
Can I do that with Jack? Can you share
Yep.
with me the bets you're making?
Yep.
Because apparently you're really good at it.
I have found a formula that I definitely enjoy doing. I'll either pick a spread or a money line. I'll have which QB I believe will throw for yards and then want to throw for a passing touchdown. I'll have a rushing prop and then also a receiving prop.
Okay.
It's only about 5 legs. Nothing. I mean, I'll always undercut the line. It's not about going and winning $1,000. It's about doubling your money every day and keep moving.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not going to throw down $200 on 5 legs and then make them all 100, like Puka Nakua to get 100 yards every single game.
Right.
It's kind of ridiculous. I'd rather have him get 50 yards and like Devontae to catch the ball 3 times, Matthew Stafford throw a touchdown, and the Rams to win.
Yeah.
So something simple, but yeah, I'll share them with you.
All right. I love it.
He's successful.
I mean, I don't know. Zach, are you even putting money out there each week?
No. And if I do, it's like a couple bucks
Yeah.
because I don't know what I'm doing.
But Jack does.
Yeah.
Jack is doing a lot of research, I have a feeling. Or am I
Mhm.
wrong about that?
No, I do a lot of research.
Okay.
So
I like
and
it.
and then I'm like that. I'll do like, I mean, I put down on his recommendation, I put down a $5 bet a couple weeks ago and won. And I put down, like I said, I put down $5.
Yeah.
That is massive for me. I'm usually like a 25 cent to maybe $1 type guy. So
I have not placed a single solitary dime or dollar on anything so
Mm.
far this year.
I'm proud of you.
And
That's a good
and
thing.
last year I was sporadic. I maybe put down 5 bets across the 17 game or 18-week regular season.
Yeah.
I do like to gamble for the Super Bowl though,
Yes.
as I think y'all are all aware. All right, Zach,
And,
hit
and,
us.
and last year you were extremely successful. The house ran away with it last
Well,
year.
I don't know what it is. The last 2 years, I end up filling in a lot of the 10 by 10,
Right.
the squares,
Yeah.
because
So you
they're-
definitely increase your chances.
yeah, I mean, I think I have like 40% of both of
Right.
the squares.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you tend to,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all good. But I got a little bit lucky on the players scoring touchdowns.
That
too.
you did. It's all good.
And sports gambling is legal in Virginia, so we're not violating the law. All right. Hit us. What's the Thursday?
All right. Thursday night, San Fran at the Rams.
All right. You want to do the same order, or let's do this. We'll start with Jack, and then we'll go this way.
Okay.
And then for the second game, we'll start with you, and then third game will be me,
Oh,
and we'll
cool.
just keep rotating that way. Is
Okay.
that cool?
It's a little confusing, but okay.
I'm the what's the guy at the circus? The ringmaster. I'm
Yeah,
the ringmaster.
yeah.
It's
All right.
got it.
All right.
So Jack's gonna predict this first.
I will take the Rams because Purdy might be hurt again.
I'm going to take the Rams because I think they're playing well and they're at home.
I'm gonna take the Rams because I think they're a better team, and even if Brock Purdy was playing, I'd take the Rams because I don't think I don't think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, even with all that talent they have on that team.
That is a sweep. I'm also taking the Rams. All right. This is another Europe game. Minnesota at Cleveland, even though it's in Europe.
Yeah, it's in London this time.
And
so.
Minnesota, I guess, just stayed over in Great
I,
Britain.
I asked that question, but I figured they did. So, yeah. So, I mean, I'm going with Minnesota, clearly a better team, and I think they're actually not very happy about the way they played. I mean, I think obviously we had something to do with it, but I don't think they played up to their full potential this past weekend. So I think they're going to be mad, and I think they're going to beat Cleveland pretty handily.
Yeah, I mean, my brain tells me that, yeah, they should win pretty handily. Oh, I don't trust Wentz though, and Cleveland does have a good defense, but their offense is pathetic. And to Zach's earlier point, it sounds like Gabriel may be starting that game. It's a weird way to get your first start in London.
Mm-hmm.
That's very strange. All right, yeah, I'll go with Minnesota.
I'm also going to go with Minnesota because I don't know what to think of Gabriel. I know they're, like you guys both said, their defense is really solid. Cleveland's, I mean. But Minnesota's defense is pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I'll take Minnesota.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm with Minnesota as well.
All right.
Two
This
sweet.
is really boring so far.
We'll get into some better games, I guess. This is a good one, I guess. Sort of, maybe for the wrong reasons. Houston at Baltimore.
Wow. And who do they play after Houston? Who were you saying?
They play the Rams next.
And you think, yeah, and you were saying Houston, it's probably a W for the Ravens. I don't know who Houston is. And actually, I don't know who Baltimore is this year.
Hmm.
It's very early. And
the-
with Lamar being out, and it's at Baltimore,
It's in Baltimore.
I'm gonna I feel stupid saying this, but I also feel like mixing it up a little bit. I'm gonna go Texans. 1-4. And then the Rams the week after. Doesn't seem real if that happens.
I agree.
This is a coin flip for me. I wanted to pick Houston, but you picked Houston.
No,
But I want to mix it up a bit, and it's a complete 50-50 for me. So I'll take Baltimore.
All right.
Just for fun.
And this is all money line, obviously. We're not
Yeah.
doing spreads.
I'm going to go with Houston. I like the way that Woody Marks played. He did about 120 yards total and 2 touchdowns. I think he being the third down back and Nick Chubb kind of getting some rest, I think it's looking really, really good for Houston. And obviously, they have a really good defense.
And Nico Collins is one of their receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm actually going Texans as well. So I think not only do I want to see Baltimore start 1-4, I think both these teams are 1-3 if I
Yep.
remember.
Right.
And
Yep.
I think it's more important to Houston to get this game. So I think they got more to play for.
Really?
I mean, both of them, neither one of them expected to be in this position. But I mean, also Lamar being hurt, I think gives Houston a little bit of an edge as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Houston has eked into the playoffs because they're in arguably the worst or tied for the worst division in football.
I think we're
Long-
a little.
long-
I
long
think
with-
we're a little worse.
along with the NFC South. Maybe we are the worst. And maybe Jacksonville's a team this year, and then they can push Houston a little bit. But
Yeah.
it feels like to win the AFC South, they have to win 9 games, maybe 10.
Indianapolis is there too.
Yeah. Oh, and my gosh, who saw that coming?
Yeah.
All right, cool. What's
All
the next
right,
one?
this might be the most exciting game of the week. Miami at Carolina.
And you get to start off with.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I have no idea what to think of Carolina after beating Atlanta 30-0, but I've seen 3 other games from them and they've looked awful. And I know the Jets are not good either, but Miami at least showed some level of competence. So I'll take Miami, I guess.
Can we stop and just get a comment from each of us about Tyreek being injured and looking happier than he's looked in years post injury? Or is that too big of a topic to talk
Is
about?
this the last year of his contract?
He has one more.
He has one more
Yeah,
year.
so he's on a 3-year, $90 million deal. I think he's supposed to get paid $50 million next year.
Mm.
I've never seen him happier, actually,
just-
the more I think about it.
I think he's being an example of. I know there's a lot of them still out there doing it for right reasons and playing hard, but he just strikes me as one of those folks that he'll be perfectly happy sitting at home, not doing a dang on thing, getting paid whatever he's getting paid.
Well,
this year.
and I think it's kind of a not pretty picture
Right.
in Miami. The smile was so great. It was almost like he thought he had scored 5 touchdowns at the same time.
Right.
All right, good time. What a game. Okay. All right, Jack,
Yeah.
who you got in that game?
I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I like the way that they're moving the ball around a little bit more. I think Jalen Waddle will step into that Tyreek role, so I'm going to stay with the Dolphins.
Okay.
Yep, I'm Dolphins. I like actually probably the thing I like the most, and the announcers commented on it, is when Tua kind of took that forearm shiver to the head, and he popped up smiling. So I don't know if I don't know if he's immune to concussions anymore. I know he's being more careful, but I think he got up from that and he felt like he's in a really good place. And that tight end, who was it, Waller?
Yep.
He impressed me, and I think he's found a new
He
target.
made a ridiculous catch
Yeah.
at the beginning of that game.
I think along with Waddle, I think those two are going to fill in just fine.
Yeah.
Take up the slack.
Who did you take?
I took Miami.
All right. Well, I'm not going to give this a sweep. I'll take the Panthers just on principle,
Well, there you
All
go.
right.
not for any logical reason.
Well, it was like what I did with Baltimore.
Yeah.
Vegas at Indianapolis.
Back to you, Jack.
I'll take the Colts, man, for them to cover 6.5. I'm just not impressed with Vegas at all. Their defense is just awful. They can throw the ball around, but Geno has his ups and downs. So I just think the Colts are in a really, really good bounce back spot.
Yep. I like the Colts as well.
I do too. And I don't think there's any reason to justify or rationalize the
Yeah.
pick.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, the Raiders could win. Any team can win on any given Sunday, but
Right.
yeah, I agree with everything Jack
Just
said.
like the movie.
This is one of those games I want to go different on. And I can maybe see myself justifying it because Genti showed that he's capable of running the ball now, but I'm still going to take Indianapolis.
Do you know what changed with Genty? He went to the Mike Myers from Halloween stance.
Was he not doing it at the beginning?
Apparently they had tried to coach that out of him.
They finally let him do it.
And they're like, yeah, he gets him in the
And
right
he
mindset
immediately scores 3 touchdowns.
against Zach in fantasy. I got to watch Zach.
Yeah, that was-
what is it?
that was-
Oh,
Whatever that
damn.
game.
Sorry, dude.
It's all right. New York Giants at New Orleans, another fun game.
Ooh,
So now we're going back to what a lot of people thought were the 2 worst teams in the league, and
and
very well
it may
still
still be
could be. Yeah. So Yeah, the Saints are just awful. I mean, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago, and I mean, I'm sure they'll get one, but it's not going to surprise me if the Saints go over this year. So,
I would love that personally.
Yeah, that
right.
So Zach, just real quickly, Zach has always said Tampa's rival is New Orleans. I used to say it was Atlanta, but Zach has swung me to his side because he reminds me that Sean Payton and that silly injure other players and I'll give you money kind of thing. Ever since then, I can't stand him or the Saints.
Right. So I'll go with the Giants. I think Jackson is still going to be doing a little game management, but he's very athletic, and I think he has provided a little spark, like you said earlier, to the team. And I think they'll overcome Neighbors' injury, and
At least for that game.
yes, at least for that one. Yep.
Yeah, if he does what he did this past Sunday, I think they win pretty handily.
Yeah.
And even though it's in New Orleans, I don't think it matters. Yep.
All right. I'll take the team with the quarterback who is 1-0 versus the team with the quarterback who's 0-10. So I'm gonna take the Giants.
Smart.
And we're all rooting for Lisa's team.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm actually gonna go ahead and take the Saints. I think
Oh.
that I think that they throw the ball much better. I think that they showed a lot of fight against the Bills before obviously the Bills became the Bills again and they extended their lead. But I do like the Saints at home, the way that they throw the ball to Juwan Johnson, Chris Olave, Raheem Shaheed, all of them.
So Rattler's going to get his first win in 11 games.
I would say that.
I mean, if there is any game, it's gonna be this.
He's
one.
going to have to get his first win sometime.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily, but he could be out of the league.
That's fair. If he goes another 0
Anyway.
10, he might be out.
We'll keep going. Dallas at the Jets.
I have a
This is me, right?
It's you. I have a problem with the Chiefs and this team. I always want to pick against them. Cowboys and Chiefs. I always want to pick against them, but sorry.
Yeah.
You go
This is
first.
Dallas and Jets.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so you will be there Thursday night. We're having actually the PH Hall of Fame, and my inductee is Andre Curtis, who played for the state championship for PH in '94, and he is a coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
Nice.
So, I have no choice but to bet on to pick the Cowboys this week because
Nice.
in honor of Andre, but I think they're going to win too. So,
I don't trust Justin Fields, but I hate the Cowboys. And if I can put anything out into the atmosphere that helps the Cowboys lose, I'll do it. So I'm going to get crazy and say the Jets.
All right, fair enough.
It's not rational at all.
Dallas's defense might be the worst in the league, but I think Dak is better than people give him credit for. So
Yeah.
I'll take Dallas.
And I'll go with Dallas too. I just didn't like the way that the Jets played last night at all.
Yeah, it was bad.
Only the Bucks have made the Jets look decent.
Yeah.
well, Steelers made them look decent too, 34-32 on a
Oh yeah,
60-yard field goal.
That's
So,
right.
Yeah, they've had some close games actually, but they haven't looked good.
Right. Agreed.
Denver at Philadelphia.
Oh.
and it's me.
Yes.
Denver's a good team. I think most of the world's sleeping on them. Philly's a better team. I think, and it's at Philly too. That's a tough place to play. Philly's going to get their first loss in the next 2 or 3 weeks, but it's not going to be this week, so I'll go with Philly.
I feel like I have to take Philly until they lose. What are they, like 20-1 in their last 21 games or something, or 19-1? I don't know.
They're good.
But yeah,
They're
I'll
they're
take-
talented almost everywhere. They did have a
I'll-
couple injuries against us though.
and their receivers aren't doing anything. They don't have to throw the ball.
They didn't throw the ball the second half of the season. Either one of their wide receivers really much to speak of.
Yeah, so I'll take Philly.
I'm also going to go with Philly. So at home, and if they have to throw the ball, then they can throw the ball. But like Zach said, not even needed at this point.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be the outlier.
I like it.
Picking
There
the
we go.
pickup. I'm going with the Broncos. So Knicks is solid. Sutton is playing well. They got a decent defense. I think I'm just got a feeling.
All right. I have a similar feeling, but Philly's just too
It's
good.
hard. I mean, it's
Switch it up.
as you said. There's no logic to it, but that's that's that.
Yeah.
All right, my turn, right?
Yep.
Next up is Tennessee at Arizona.
Oh, maybe the most boring game of the week.
Right.
Worse than Miami, Carolina.
That's fun because they're both soft.
I'm gonna take Arizona. We've been talking about New Orleans and New York being two of the worst teams. I think Tennessee might be worse than both of them.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Callahan might be gone after this week. I've got no idea. It depends on the game, obviously. But Tennessee's awful. Arizona's not much better, but I'll still take them.
Before we go to Jack's pick in that game, and we've talked about one Ohio State receiver. The other one that I want to talk about is Marvin Harrison. What is going on with him? I mean, he's looked better the last game or maybe two, but he's had balls where he wasn't moving. They were basically, he was standing still, no one within 5 yards, and just dropping the ball. And that's going to happen over a career, but I expected a lot more out of him at this point.
Yeah, do you have
he
some insight?
had a bad drop early in that game, and then ended up with I think like 5 catches, almost 60 yards, and caught a really really tough touchdown. I think it's all just mental now.
Yeah.
I think it's like he dropped a couple, and then people just started saying stuff online, and he just got into his head. And I think as he keeps playing, he just needs to block it out. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, just move on to the next
He
one.
actually, I mean, he went down on a knee and I think seemingly broke down after he made that touchdown catch, which was a heck of a catch. But it was like something, it just seemed like was lifted off of him. And that's where I agree with Jai. I think it's something just, he's just going through a tough mental spot right now. So,
And he's y'all's age, right?
I think
Right,
he's about
yeah.
22, 23.
So he's younger than
Yeah.
y'all.
He's
Yeah.
younger,
yeah.
Yeah, and as Rob and I can tell you, the male brain doesn't fully form until 24, 25. So you
That's
guys
true.
have a few more months, maybe 15 months to go. But that's all right, Jack. Who's your pick in that game? Tennessee, Arizona?
Arizona.
Yeah, seems like a no.
Easy.
If somebody says Tennessee,
Yeah. There's only one person we know that would say Tennessee, and I don't even think Rich would say that. So.
and I thought he stopped liking the NFL
Well,
because his team's so bad.
right. That's entirely possible.
In fact, I think
And
we have 3 friends that have given up on the NFL because their teams were that bad.
that's true. That's a good call. I also have an aunt and uncle and cousins that live in Nashville, and they don't like the Titans. So I want to, I don't like the Titans.
No, I understand.
So, yeah,
I-
so I'll go with Cardinals.
So will I.
All right, Tampa Bay at Seattle.
And this is Jack.
This is a retro game too. Both teams are wearing their throwbacks.
Very cool.
Pee Wee and I liked the Seahawks and the Bucks starting in '76 when they both came in the league because of their uniforms.
That's right. Nice. You a pirate, Pee Wee a bird.
Yeah.
This one's tough.
Yeah, that's a
I
good one.
think without Mike Evans, and I do like Seattle's defense, I have to go Seattle.
You're saying that in front of the hosts who like Tampa Bay, huh?
No. It's all good.
Just kidding. Yeah, this is definitely a toss-up game for me. But I think despite Evans being out, I'm going to go with the Seahawks. You said it's at Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, our schedule's pretty rough the next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
wait, did I say without? I meant to say without Evans. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers, even though it's at Seattle as well.
Oh,
Oh, you're going
You're
with
going
Bucks?
Tampa?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bucks. Yeah.
All right.
All right, as a like a diehard Bucks fan, I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
As a diehard Bucks fan, I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Nice.
That has nothing to do with whether I think they're gonna win or not. It's just I'm a fan.
You said you're going to go.
No,
with
you
the Bucks.
always go with the Bucks.
I'm gonna pick them to go 17-0. They're not going to,
Well,
and I know that.
16-1's the best I could hope for.
And I'll come back next week after we lose and say, "Oh well, I actually didn't think so." And we'll
You'll do the revisionist thing.
yeah.
Seattle's tough. But I think the Bucks are going to learn a couple things from the Philly game you were talking about earlier, Zach. I think they've got to start realizing that they need to get off the gun a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
That was one thing Baker talked about in his post game conference.
okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
he
Yeah.
mentioned that. Next up, Detroit at Cincinnati, which would have been a fun game if Burrow was.
Can I just say Detroit for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. Washington at the Chargers.
Is Jaden back?
It's a good question.
But
Oh.
you said something about that earlier.
I think it's going to be a game time,
Yeah.
and then
And who are they playing? Who's Washington playing?
Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah, it's at Chargers.
It is in LA.
I think Terry McLaurin still might be out.
Ooh,
You're up on this one, I think.
I don't want to be up on this one because this one's hard.
I see one thing that says Jaden Daniels expected back for week 5,
Hmm.
but
What did he hurt?
his knee.
Yeah, he's going to be tentative on that. I'm going to go Chargers for 2 reasons. One, I think they're going to want to get right after an embarrassing loss to the Giants, and I hate the Commanders.
I'm also going to go with LA. Even if Jaden Daniels is playing, I don't know if he'll be in form. So I'll take LA.
I like LA, good bounce back spot, and then after giving up 34 to Atlanta, who we have no idea what they're going to end up being, I think the Chargers will be able to do something with that.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm LA as well, and I think Washington is still my third least favorite team, so I don't like them like you do. And
Who are your top 3 least favorite?
Washington, then the Kansas City, Baltimore flip flop. So
Yeah, I'm Washington, Dallas, and KC.
yeah, so and yeah, and then I agree with Jack. I just think the Chargers are just going to be really upset that they lost this past weekend. So I think they're going to come out on all cylinders.
All right. New England at Buffalo. It's my turn, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This one's pretty easy. I'll take Buffalo.
You think it's easy? They're going to lose 2 or 3 games this year, maybe 4 or 5.
Maybe. Well, I mean, yes, but I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be to New England.
Yeah.
Not in Buffalo.
I agree with that. I think New England, they looked good, but it's also against Carolina. I think that they come out and put up a little bit of a fight, kind of like the Saints did, and then Buffalo kind of exploits it, probably end up winning by double digits.
Yeah, yeah. I'm New England's the 28th team on my list, so
Yeah.
so I can't root for them or pick them. So and the Bills are just the Bills. So I like the Bills.
Yeah, I think the Bills out of 10 are like a 9 out of 10, and the Patriots are like a 6, 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
So I
Yeah.
think, Bills should
I would agree with
beat
that.
them handily.
All right, last one, Monday night. Kansas City at Jacksonville.
Ooh. All right, Jack, it's on you.
I think with Xavier Worthy being back and that defense playing the way they did against Baltimore, I like Kansas City to go into Jacksonville and cover 3.5.
Okay.
I'm going Jags, mainly because I hate Kansas City, and it makes no sense. But yeah, I'm going the Jags.
I can name 3 players for the Jags. And last year was only 2. Thanks to Hunter joining the Jags, I can now name 3. I watched a little bit of their game. Etienne looked really, really good, but I mean, that could be fluky. Who knows? But I also despise the Chiefs. And so I'm going to pick against Taylor Swift and say the Jags.
There you go.
When I read that out, I expected the only one to say Jacksonville, but I'm gonna take Jacksonville. Partially for my hatred of the Chiefs, and also I didn't think this at the beginning of the season, but I think they look decent. So I think Kansas City
Jags,
looks.
you mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Jags. I just think Kansas City is kind of on the downswing as a franchise. I mean,
Well,
I'm not the first to say that.
I bring this up every week. Zach and I, and I'll show it to you. We actually we should leave it alone for the entire regular season. Zach is moving out of state, and we'll keep this going when he's moved. But when he was younger, there was a golf ball holding case thing, and it
Mhm.
fits the 32 teams perfectly. And so you set up each division, and we would, through consensus, say who was going to be
Oh, yeah.
first through fourth. And the only division where we differed on the order of the 4, not just who was going to come in first, was the AFC West. He said the Chiefs. I said the Chargers. And he thought I was stupid. I thought he was stupid for saying that. And then I've looked like a genius through the first 3 weeks, and now I'm not so sure.
He loves bringing this up every single episode.
But I'm giving
Okay.
you credit that maybe you were right and I was wrong.
No, I've switched sides. I think you're.
All right. We didn't do a fun fact. Do we have any fun facts we want to put out to the universe that
Have we been doing those?
Yeah, I've thrown out one every time we've done this, but I don't prepare them ever. It's just something I run.
I
to
got
do.
one.
All right.
So I took a page out of my son's book, and I was actually doing some interesting research, harkening back to our tailgate this past weekend, and I actually went and looked at all the Steelers that are in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's right.
We were playing that game this past
Because
weekend.
we were sitting under tents with
Yeah.
the rainstorm.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I told you about that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I think I've also figured out a little bit of the parody thing that we ended up finding because Zach kept going 32, 32, 32.
Yeah. Any team that's been in the league since the 50s has 32.
Has a lot. But it doesn't, one thing I noticed, it doesn't matter if you played 14 years with the Steelers or 1 year with the Steelers.
Yeah.
They're getting credit for you being in the Hall of Fame. So I'm assuming people like they do that across the board, right?
Yeah.
But I cannot remember his name, so I apologize for that. But there is a guy in the Steelers Hall of Fame, and I think he played there a year, maybe 2. So he's one of those lesser ones. But he is the only person that is in the NFL and the MLB Hall of Fame.
Do we know his name?
No, this is like in the 40s or 50s or 60s.
He's the only one.
He's the only one apparently. Yeah. So
Yeah, because
that's
well,
what it said at that point. So
Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders are the only other two that would have
Yeah.
a chance, at least in our time.
right. So he played. I think he played for the Packers some and made a huge. He was really big for them. But anyway, he played like 9 or 10 years in the NFL and got in because of that. He was really good. While he was in Green Bay during the summers, he started umping baseball and eventually made it to the MLB. So he's in the Hall of Fame for the MLB because he was an umpire.
And by the way, I said, would we know his name? And you had just said you couldn't remember his name, so I don't know why I said
That's
that.
I've got his name. His name was Cal Hubbard.
That's it. Yep. There you go.
World
So-
famous Cal Hubbard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So he was a tough looking dude in this picture in the Hall of Fame.
And so even when you extend it to player in one league, coach in another league, or umpire in another
Mhm.
league, he's the only one.
That's what it said. That's what it read in the bio of
Huh.
of the Steelers profile.
I mean, that's
So-
what
Wow.
Google says as well.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So we trust Google and Rob Dole. Is what you're saying?
The Pittsburgh
Yes.
Hall of Fame site. Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
that's
trust
fair.
me.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, cool. This is fun.
Great time.
Yep.
Appreciate you having us.
I'm rooting for the Steelers, even though I'm not a huge fan of Aaron Rodgers. But I'd like to see them get to something better than 9-8 or
Yes.
10-7.
Yeah. So would we.
I'd,
Very
I'd
much.
love to see them mix it up with the Bills in the playoffs.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun. So, and I want to see somebody beat Philly, and whoever that is.
Yeah, I almost don't
As
care.
long as it's not Kansas City, I
Right.
don't care.
I'm with
So,
you. I'm absolutely with you.
Yep.
Jack and Zach, did y'all have fun tonight?
I did.
of course,
All right, nice. And Jack, you're gonna make me hundreds of dollars the rest of this season.
I hope so.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts. We'd also really appreciate if you'd rate and review us. You can find us at scodupodcast.com.